stumbled across the fact that I could write music, that I could play the piano and write songs. And so, like 80s, like Journey, I mean, all kinds of I like singer-songwriters. For me, I like singer-songwriters. I like guys that write their own music and then sing it and record it, like they created it. Not just somebody who just sings and they walk into the studio and they sing some song that 15 other people wrote and produced and created. I like the guys that are like the whole package, like Billy Joel and Elton John, and you know, those kind of guys. I love that. I like, as a style, stylistically, I kind of lean toward like a pop, adult, contemporary kind of a sound. But then every once in a while I'll hear something that's like really kicking, kind of a techno thing that I really like. I don't hold to any one particular style. In fact, I've got a CD that I hope you guys will pick up at the autograph session. The whole CD is a remix CD, so it's all like awesome, fun, high energy songs. Songs from Full Metal Alchemist, or on High School Host, D and Angel. But then I have other CDs that have a lot of really nice ballads on them and pop stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that I kind of gravitate toward. There's not any one particular artist that I would say, well, everything they do I love, but that's the kind of music I tend to like. Yes, my dear.
Do you agree that all female officers have to wear tiny miniskirts?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is one executive order that Mustang would have my full support in. Yes, right behind you.
What was the weirdest thing that happened to you when recording Full Metal Alchemist?
The weirdest thing to happen in recording Full Metal? Well, it wasn't as much of a weird thing as it was embarrassing. She's like, well, let me rephrase the question. What's the most embarrassing thing? I was recording a scene, and I was reading through the scene, and it was a very emotional scene. One of those real emotional scenes that Ed does. And so I was looking at this one line, and I was going through it, and I was like getting really, getting myself all in the moment, allowing all of the emotions to channel in to the way I was going to do the line, and I was ready. And I said to the director, okay, I'm ready. And so they started recording, boop, 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 and I started doing the line. And I put every ounce of emotion that I could into the line. And when I finished, I felt really good about it, and it was very quiet. And the director came on the microphone and he said, that was great, but that was the wrong line. That wasn't your line. I mistakenly skipped a line, and it was the wrong line. So I was very embarrassed and felt a little foolish, but that happens. Question? Yes? In the hat.
Oh, okay. When you were doing Host Club, did you get into character before you kind of...
I'm always in character for the Host Club. No, what do you mean? Did I put on a blue jacket? Did I drink some Commoner's coffee?
Would you act like Tamaki before you kind of...
No. It's funny because Caitlin always teases me that, I am Tamaki. From before we even started Oron, she was telling me, oh my gosh, you need to watch this show, and there's this one character, and you are so much like him, it's crazy. And I was like, well, I'm really kind of curious now to see what this character is like, because it'll give me some insight into the way you see me, Caitlin. So I started watching it, and of course, here's Tamaki, and he's so smooth. And ooh, he's so good with the ladies. And I was sitting there watching it going, yeah! Thank you, Caitlin. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Right? And then suddenly, the next thing you know, Tamaki's like screaming and bawling, and he's wrapped up in a ball in the corner. I'm like, hey, wait a minute! Which one of these Tamakis reminds you of me? But I fell in love with that character from the very beginning. And I didn't do anything to quote-unquote get in character before, but when we were recording Oran, I loved it so much. I would purposefully mess up the line so that I could do it again. So that I could prolong the process, because I really, really loved it. Question? Yes, sir? What's the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life? Holy moly. That's quite a question. What's the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life? Challenging. Here, help me out with this. Challenging in what way?
Like something that just impressed you from not being able to do something. And you just find a way to make it through.
Wow. Yikes. Do you mind if I answer realistically? Like, do you mind if I be honest with you guys? Are you big enough? Are you old enough to deal with that? You okay?
Yep.
We'll have fun after this, but this is the obvious, the singular question. The singular answer to that question was my divorce. I was married for several years, and when my marriage ended, I thought I was going to die. I mean, it was the worst, most challenging time in my life. And you know, it's one of those things that either destroys people forever, and they never bounce back, you know what I mean? They're just never the same again. Or it's something that they gain some kind of newfound strength and determination. And I don't want to wax religious or anything, but it was that experience in my life that drew me closer to God than I had ever been in my life. And I felt like He really got me through that very, 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 very painful experience. And so that's why I'm really careful to give Him credit for all the good things that He's done in my life. Okay, now somebody ask a funny, zany question. Because I don't want you to think, oh man, you're bringing us down, man. Yes, sweetheart?
What was your favorite line when you were voice acting for Grease in Italia?
What was my favorite line as Grease in Italia? I don't think I'm allowed to say it in a room that has anyone under 18. I can't believe like a 12-year-old asked me this question too. You know what? Grease didn't have much to say, but when he spoke, it was good. I think one of the first lines that I remember that I really liked was when he was talking about how the men how he was talking about the men who competed in the Olympic Games. They would compete naked. And then, of course, when he was like explaining why he wanted to be a cat, I won't even say that one. But remember, guys, these are characters we play. This is not me, okay? Every once in a while, somebody will accidentally kind of merge. You know what I mean? They'll kind of merge the actor and the character, and they'll say stuff like, "I heard you were like a Christian, but like, how could you play Edward Ulrich? He's like all atheist and stuff." And that's why it's called acting. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's what an actor does. An actor portrays someone who is not him. So different characters are going to have different traits that I don't have, or that they may have different beliefs that I don't share, or whatever. And, you know, Grease is a little pervert. So, and I am not. Yeah, so they're fun to play. In fact, I love playing like bad guys. Bad guys like crazy, like psychotic, homicidal maniac guys. I've never heard anybody in my life. So clearly that's not me, but it's fun to play those kind of characters. Probably because they are the most different from you. You know, there are some actors